All right, I want to talk about our shade cloth. And we use a couple different types. There's the black one, I'm sure you've seen. And then there's this silver stuff, which is called Illuminate. The nice thing about it is it's really light. So this is a 144-foot house. So it's a very big piece of shade cloth. And with the black one, it's just so heavy, it's hard to move around when, because you have to take it off for the winter. And this is just so light. It doesn't weigh much. Because of that, Illuminate stuff is light material. And a lot of its power is in reflecting the heat, not just shading. So it doesn't need as much material to do the same amount of work, which is really nice. And a few tips on it. I like to get it, more narrow than the hip board. And this way I can easily attach it to the hip board. That makes it really, really nice. And the question everyone wants to know is, what percentage do you use for what crop? Well, I'm in New York and I use a 50% for my lettuce, spinach, turnips, bok choy. That's all in this house with a 50%. And then for the tomato house, I use a 30%. For my arugula house, I use a 50%. And then I double cover it where I have the wash station to make it really shady. I think, down south you could maybe go a little bit higher, but you always run the risk of blocking out too much light. But I still think you go a little higher in the middle of the summer. The days are just so long and there's enough light for the plants that you could probably get away with it. For tomatoes though, you got to be more careful. So shade cloth is, the best way to lower temperature inside of a house. And I highly recommend, working it into your hoop house system.